Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hello, planet Earth, and welcome this evening to a live Christmas hangout. This is Hawkeye Two Feathers saying, I hope you and yours had a great day and weekend. And I'm hoping that if any of you are bored and just out there and not doing much, just want to hang out for a minute and say howdy and Merry Christmas to other folks. That is a wonderful thing. And I was supposed to have some music queued up here, but my other computer decided to reboot. Of course, I'm going to be early. I said it's 9:27, and I scheduled it for 9:30. I'm going to be early. I'm going to play music, and it cut me. Well, Merry Christmas, all, and I was hoping to have some Christmas music playing in the background, and I was hoping to maybe Insanity Claus would come by and visit later on. Oh, I have been silly today, but that is actually a really, 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 really good thing. There's been way too much negative forces, I swear to goodness, in this here world that's just been treating us like, just that's how we've been treated. And let's see. Please, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still learning about this Google stuff, and let's see. That's supposed to be like the chat, and I'm still trying to figure out how to bring people in and do the screen share thing and all of that kind of thing. And so I'm most definitely pretty well goofy headed. That's if you know me at all, I'm a goofball in a good sense of the word, and not that it's a bad thing. Let's see. I was looking for some music so I could have something playing in the background here, and I was for sure that I had some Christmas music in here that I was going to at least have playing in the background a little bit, but let's see. I'm still looking here. I gotta admit this I've gotten this this computer backup, and I don't know if this is all new. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies as part of the Nutcracker Suite. And, well, I don't know if you could really say that it's a strictly a Christmas thing for the Nutcracker. I guess it is. You wouldn't do the Nutcracker during the summer, So, trying to get my... was trying to find a better. Oops, that was quick, wasn't it? Well, I see. Those were only all right. Let's see. Where's my other ones? MIDI files. Let's see. Something for the background. I was trying to make a little playlist here. Oh, I see. All right, I wanted to put on some music, and I was just going to go down and give me a cup of coffee and see if anybody come on. And I was going to try to put a note on that says, "Hi, Merry Christmas and good evening, everybody. Let's do a hangout thing." I have a Chromebook. I've been through this before, and I don't mean to beat it up, but I'm working on a Chromebook here, and it's just about a year old. And by golly, they could have put some more RAM in this thing. As cheap as it is these days, they could have put a little bit more memory in this puppy. The other thing is that it relies strictly on Chrome stuff. You can't go out and get any kind of other application or program. That all the stuff that I have is Windows based, and none of it works, of course. But that was kind of sort of understood when I got this thing. However, what bothers me is the stuff that comes with Chrome, that comes with Google Hangouts, like the cameraman app thing here. There was an error loading your app. Why? It's only Google. It's only Chrome. And, I go to try to track it down. What's wrong? You talk to the moderators. You talk to the folks on the Chrome site stuff. And, God bless these folks. Some of these folks are making apps for this Chrome program, but the thing is that if you don't have a lot of money or anything like that, well, Merry Christmas to you. You get stuck, with something that will only answer email. Do not get a Chromebook If you expect to do any type of application software, warning, warning, do not get a Chromebook unless all you intend to do is answer email and share a picture or two. If you want to do any kind of picture editing or anything like that, yeah, don't buy a Chrome OS based Chromebook. Now they got other Chromebooks with Windows 10 or whatever. I don't even know if I can put just a straight what is that software? The OVN thing, something. Anyway, I think I just got a ding from somewhere. I've noticed that in my old age, there was Dana Carvey, I think. Yeah, I think it's Dana Carvey. And he did this thing, and he was in one of the movies where he's the magician. And I thought it was a cute movie. I did. Several places I laughed my butt off. But he dressed up like he was a turtle one time. And I noticed it because I'm losing my teeth, and I got one more I hope to pull the next 2 or 3 days. I've pulled 4 of my bottom teeth already. Whatever is wrong, they're coming out left and right, and they're breaking off. I've been in a lot of pain. Face swelled up like poo. And, everybody's like, oh, well, you should get that fixed. Well, if you don't have any money, it's kind of hard to get it fixed, ain't it, y'all? Just saying. Not trying to be ugly about it, But, I wonder. I'm doing a share thing, and I'm trying to find me some. I know I got me some. I had some good music on there. Let's see. What do we got here? But it doesn't say how long. Interesting. Let's see. Wonder if I can collect. I'm gonna try a little something here. I want to go get some coffee, and but I didn't want to just leave the. I'm hoping this is going to play it in a line. No particular place to go. Now I can't play his. This is a MIDI file. I look like a turtle. It's a turtle Christmas. Oh no. Now, see, this is what Christmas should be about. And what I mean by that is that, you know, a lot of folks are like, yeah, okay, but Christmas is supposed to be about Jesus. And I have a question for you. Do you think that Jesus would hate this? To do a little bit of boogie shuffle? Now I know that there are a lot of Baptists out there that think that that dancing is a big old sin, and I can understand why. Because back in the day, and during them days of the dating, you know, when I was growing up, we were probably one of the because my aunt she was older than by that time. And what I mean is that here these folks out there, they're having a good time. Doing them Bobby Sox things back in the 50s, And my aunt was about that age, because she loved Elvis Presley. She took me to every Elvis Presley movie they ever put out. Some of them twice. But I love my Aunt Shirley, and I hope she's doing well. I need to call her and tell her happy late birthday that I didn't forget, but I wasn't able to call. I hate when that happens. I should have called her 2 days earlier like I was going to, and I didn't. Shame on me. Now, because this is just a Christmas hangout, probably, I don't know if anybody will be able to pick up what this MIDI sequence is, and whether or not, they like want to have anything to do with it, I really want some coffee. I was on my way up here, and then the thing started to fall out and fake out, flake out, otherwise yeehaw, and it's like, well, duh. So, anyway, so this Christmas, lots of stuff are going on. And I wanted to by golly, there's so much that gum bad stuff going on in this world, I don't even want to talk about it today. There's some nasty stuff going on in this world. And by golly, we can take a rest today, Let's see if it's going to play this next one. No. Doggone it. Now, how do I get to that? See, I wanted to make a playlist. But I tell you what we're going to do here. I'm gonna turn this up some. I'm gonna go get me some coffee. I'll be right back. Merry Christmas to you. Don't go away. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. I'm learning how to do this still. Two computers going, and I'm coffee. Merry Christmas, everybody. I love it, dude. The long version. The long version. How about that? Or Danny Boy. Well, I didn't get any offers to join the Hangouts yet, and I was hoping that maybe some of my family would join or come out and hang out with me, so I could wish them a Merry Christmas. So I'm going to do this rather. Oh, I got some music playing in the background, some MIDI sequences. So I was hoping that the MIDI sequences wouldn't get me in too much trouble with the YouTube channel thing. What I was trying to do was find some appropriate Christmas music, because I've got a bunch of music, and I know that there are supposedly, there's supposed to be Christmas music in my libraries here, is where I was headed with that. And I've got, I'm going through here and like, all right. And I've got some music from 15 years ago, and every time one of my hard drives would fail or whatever, I would just take what was there and just copy it over to the next hard drive, and then that hard drive would fail, and then I'd add it on. Well, each one of the hard drives had its own music directory. Well, what ended up happening is I've got like 8 music directories now on this backup hard drive from 4 other computers over the years, literally, not counting what I've been adding. And so it's I can't remember what's what. You know, I've got stuff in here that says soothing, and then I've got it's just a number. I don't even know what it is, kind of thing. And this says Fanwich. I don't know. Let's see. It's created in 2000. I don't know. And it just says hot CD, genre pop. And it's got a bunch of, I don't know who the heck. It's got like a half AAC divided by a bunch of, I don't know. I'm sure that's, you know, definitely another language. I don't know what the name of the song is. 就是我的名字，它也许不算太过特别，可是你却让我 Korean maybe? I had some. There was a guy that was working at where I worked. Let me turn this. Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that there was going to be singing on this. I thought it was a that's not it. I thought it was a MIDI, and it's obviously not. I don't know who it is. It's a nice tune. I think that's why I left it. I don't have to understand the words to like a tune. And I guess that's why it's there. Oh, doggone it. That was an accident. I was trying to move it to another. I was trying to highlight it and find out. 那天醒来，突然想开，不愿再做等待的女孩。那条戒指插起马尾，开始不再像你姿态，接受无奈，承认失败。I don't know who it is. It just says soothing. 寂寞伴随自由色彩。But I worked with a gentleman who was I think he was Korean. Maybe not. He was, I don't know if he was Japanese. He was Oriental for sure. He wasn't from the Philippines. No. Oh man, that's a good question now. But anyway, this was some music that he put on my hard drive at work. and because I would put my headphones on and working, doing drawings and stuff. And so I'd listen. I'm like, well, what are you listening to there, bub? So he copied over what he had on one of his drives, and I put it in I just called it soothing. And so I really don't know. Here's another directory. It says J Lun Chow. That's not what's playing. This other one was Apachan. That's a directory it's in. I have no idea. I do not understand. So I just thought I would play it and see what come up, I was looking for something more like that. Well, that was that, eh? Well, these are really short ones. Oh. All right, so with this, I'm gonna share this with what time how many minutes we in on this thing? Oh, about 30. Well, whoever, if anybody decides to watch this, Merry Christmas to you and to my brothers and sisters. I want to say that being the eldest of a really kind of messed up family, that we have made it through all the way to here, with mom dying and then finding out we had another brother. For goodness sakes, there's me and my sister Lynn, and now there's my brother Mike. None of us knew about Mike till about 2 years ago. And, God bless the universe, because sometimes those people in charge of us, when we're growing up, they make decisions that affect us for our entire lives, obviously. And some of these things I don't have a particular problem with, in that life does its stuff. And sometimes you have to make a decision in a certain part of your life, and you just go with your gut at the time, or you go with what. Unfortunately, I have had decisions made. I have made decisions because I didn't feel qualified in my younger days to make them on my own, and so I sought outside help many times, because I know as a child of this world that I am a child, first off, and that there are things and mistakes that I've made with my daughter and my son, and circumstances were just absolutely crappy for me. And I know that I've had conversations with my daughter, and I feel, especially after the last time her and I had a chance to meet about 6 weeks ago, I guess, at the powwow, that I think she understands me, and she has allowed me to understand her. Not that she has kept me from that, mind you, but there are times when she's real secretive and everything. But I saw in her a blossoming that I had only hoped for. And to my dear, my dear daughter Jackie, I love you, my dear. You've done so well, despite all the crap. And we can bring the family together. We might not have the monetary solution, but we can come up with a spiritual solution. And I think that's what's very important. I'm sorry, I miss my daughter and my granddaughter and grandson. Oh, I hadn't gotten sappy all day until now. Maybe it's the music in the background. I'm not depressed. Oh my goodness. I love them so much. And I'm so proud. And my crying in so many ways, when I do a play and there'd be, folks in the play with me, and after the show was over, and, and they, oh, we're, Mr. Dave, we're, let's see what other, give me a gift afterwards, or say nice things on a poster or something like that. And I just would invariably just tear up, sometimes just outright bawl. And it's not because I'm sad. It's because I'm overwhelmed with their emotions for me. And it makes me feel so humble. And I know I wasn't there every step of the way for my daughter, Jackie, but we spent a lot of time on the phone. And I hit her with things that over the years and she's told me, Pops, in my heart, I would think, I think he's probably right, but she argued with herself. And so many times in life, the problems that we have, if we listen to our elders, and I don't necessarily mean our parents, I mean elders. If you go seek advice, seek an elder and ask, and then weigh out the situation. Unfortunately, I went to some folks that at this time in my life, I really wondered if it was the correct decision, but I can't go back and change it. It just is what it is now. And so, not to think badly of it, it just is. So, Jackie, my darling, I might send this to you. But I want you to know that I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you picking up your heritage. I'm proud of you sticking with it. I know that you have found that it is a life choice for you, and that is a very good thing. You keep Jesus close to your heart and in your head, and you try your best to stay on that path, and the path that you used to just jump from side to side and from one ditch to another. And one way or another, somebody was always putting a chain around the back end, so to speak, and pulling you out of the ditch, and I understand what you mean. And somehow you felt like you were cheated with your childhood. And in a lot of ways, a lot of us feel like we were cheated of our childhoods because we were lied to. Me, for instance, because I don't want to pick on anybody else. I can pick on me, it's okay. But for myself, gone different directions. Just a word or a thought can send you in a different place. And unfortunately, there were things that happened in my life that just changed and altered how it seemed to go. And I was talking earlier on another video that I made today about, which path that you choose, which way do you go? And it was pretty simple. Which way do you go? And if you want to just plow ahead and say, well, maybe something will come along, or maybe you can just grab a hold of that dead gum brake. And if you don't stop, at least slow down, jump out and pull that track and head down another direction. We don't have to keep going headlong down to a doom. We don't have to. Yes, we might feel, there's so many times in life where I felt like I was falling, literally just physically falling, and I could see all of the world literally, physically going up like I was being dropped down into a hole, and looking up going, holy crap, what, and that's not being on any drugs or anything. That's just daily life. Like, oh, what? So I have a very imaginative mind, and that's okay. However, having that feeling of, the only way is down, it doesn't give you much of an opportunity to want to like life, like, screw this, I'm out of here, but I'm not into violence. I don't like guns and stuff especially like I'm gonna shoot myself or nah. I might go out in the woods and do that, maybe, but I wouldn't do it in a house. But I tried many other ways. Overdosing, running off the road, getting really, 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 really drunk and doing dumb stuff. That'll get you killed in a heartbeat from all sorts of different directions. Mostly, though, mine was from car accidents. Now, a lot of the car accidents I had weren't my fault. They were somebody else running into me. Now, coincidentally, I was either high or drunk at the time. Not every time I got hit, mind you, but I mean, there was like several times. But I've just had dumb stuff happen to me, and just rattled my brain. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand is what brain rattle can do. Well, I'm going to make this a short one. It's been on long enough. And before, I didn't want to get into any heavy stuff, which I already did here at the end. So we're going to end this at the end of this song. I want to say Merry Christmas to every one of you out there. All of my family and friends on Facebook. Any subscribers here on this channel. I love you to death. There are going to be lots of other stuff. Say a prayer for me, please, that I can keep my brain together, because there are things that I've been asked to relate from a spiritual kind of standpoint. And I would like to be able to relate those things to whoever needs to listen. And so I love you all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This is Hawkeye Two Feathers, also known as AKA David Null. And I will have another channel coming up soon. It's Dwayne Null, because my middle name being Wayne. And I was named after the actor David Wayne. And my mother just loved him. And I looked him up and I thought I knew who he was, but then I went back and went, nope. But he was a fine actor, and I'm very proud to have been named after him. Thank you, Mom. But anyway, so Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Remember that if you're in a cold climate, there are people who probably don't have enough blankets or heat. And if there's any way that you may be able to assist, if you're in a position to do so, then I look at it like this. For those of us of my income bracket, if a friend come up and was in dire need and said, Dave, I need $10. Well, if I only got 20, but I don't need it, I mean, everything's paid for and I got gas in the truck kind of thing, payday's coming up in a day or two, I'd give him half. Here's your 10. Now, if I had $50, whether he asked for it or not, If he asked for 10 and I had 50 and everything was paid up and I could give him half of what I had, I'd give him 25, whether he asked for it or not, because I've done it. Okay. And I say that because other people have helped me this way in the past. So I have learned this behavior because people have been kind to me, so graciously kind. And I have tried my best to do what I could. Now, financially, I've just never made a lot of money, but I would share what I had. And if it meant half of what I had. Now, I send this out to those who are $100,000 and above. Everybody else, forget, well, you don't have to forget what I say, but if you've got 100 grand in the bank and your house is paid for and all your stuff's good and you've got a really good income and are probably going to be able to, have enough income to where that 100 grand in the bank is like, okay, if you know somebody that needs some help, you can't give half a year's away. Well, that's $50,000, Dave. Yeah, but okay, so pick 5 people that need 10 grand. I bet you there's somebody out there. Now, I'm not saying, well, you're asking me to give away all my money. No, I'm saying half. If you've got $100,000 in the bank with everything paid for, all your health, all your needs, and you've got a steady, showing up good income, and you couldn't give half of your salary away. Okay. Let's add a zero. Let's go to 1 million. Now, we got a lot of millionaires out there right now. Now, I'm just going to ask this question. If you got $1 million and all your bills are paid, could you not live on half of that and spread it out to 100 families? If you have $100 million and you gave half of it away, spread it out among all those that you could, then you would have $50 million. Now, my question is to those of you, and you're not going to watch this video, but to general, do you have to have 100 million in the bank? You guys with the $1 billion. What? You could give half of your bank account of 2 billion and still have $1 billion with income. Why are you not doing it? Why? Us poor people, we lend money to each other all the time. Is it because you've gone up so many pay grades that, wait a minute, I'm a rich man. Why should I give half of my money away? But because you're probably going to get it back. I'm just asking a question. Because the poor folks that I grow up with, I've been around, us blue collar guys and medium white collar folk, lend money back and forth, help each other out. I got $100 and you need 50 and I'm clear, I give you half of it. But I would bet you find a person who has 100 grand in the bank and you went up to them and said, I need 50,000. Well, wait a minute, I don't know about that. What? How many of you would give up half of what you have, provided that everything else was okay? Could you, would you? Why not? But then if you could, and then would you? And if you would not, then why? Just asking. Just asking. We're going into 2017. times are changing on this world. And I know that there are people who have a fairly good chunk of money in the bank. It's their money. And I'm not saying, hey, yeah, no. My lot in life, I always was able to make at least a foreman, line supervisor, or something in every job that I had. I'm not bragging. It's because that's my work ethic. I'm going to learn what I need to do, and I'm going to be valuable to the company. They're going to want to keep me, and I'm going to try to earn more money, and I want to be valuable. Because if you're of value to the company, they're going to want to keep you. And I found that true with several companies that were like, would have canned somebody else. They kept me because of my work ethic. Okay. So, but that also advanced me as high as I could go under the circumstances. I live in South Georgia. You don't make a lot of money most of the time. And when I did, they took our jobs and sent them to Mexico. When I finally made it to where I had worked all my life to be, NAFTA stepped in. Bunch of us lost our livelihood there. Bunch of folks lost their homes. I almost lost mine. Thank you, Marcia, for saving mine. But with that said, having been really poor, as I am now, or poorer actually, and then what I had then at 40 grand a year, because that was my top salary, was almost 40. Not quite. Actually, I made a little on the side. So yeah, I made 40 grand that 1 year in my lifetime. I made $40,000. I gave a good bit of that away in various areas. And I helped my brother. I helped this person out without question, because I finally had money I did not need. I had all of my requirements, plus I had money in my back pocket. I always had $100 to $200 in my back pocket, and if somebody needed money, I would pull it out and give it to them without question. And I dare other folks to do that. I dare you. If you've got it and it's sitting in a bank and you're going to get more, and why you wouldn't help out another, I'm sure there's somebody in your line of friends that if one of your friends doesn't need it, a friend of theirs may, or a family member. We need to lift each other up. Someone I was told about sold a piece of property, and they got $1 million for that piece of property. Now, how they live and where they live, everything is paid for. Small lot in woods, little tiny little bits here, and they get Social Security check. Well, and now he's got $1 million in the bank from this piece of property. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not begrudge this gentleman him selling his property as his added value over the years in his retirement. However, somebody asked him, actually it was his brother asked him to help him to get his teeth fixed, like mine need fixed. To heck with you. To his brother, who gets a check, but most of it gets cut for this and that and blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. He's got $1 million in the bank now, and refused his brother maybe $2,000 to get his teeth fixed. Why? Because it's mine now. I made it. It's mine. That's true. But I mean, don't you have just a little bit of compunction for the guy next to you? Society has taught us to say F you to our neighbor. Golly. Tisk, tisk. We need to do better. I know we can. And so, with the words that I speak to this computer and to this camera and to the AI that's hanging out there, whether no one watches this video or not. I'm speaking to the AI, and I wish you to convey this to everyone else. They can share their money. They can share their wealth. They should share their wealth because it's the right thing to do, not because I said so. If they have any type of Christian in them at all, any, as they said, well, that my $100,000 in the bank is my money. Earn yours. Well, but what if something were to happen to me? Well, you could still lose that 100 grand. Even if you had 100,000 or 100 million in the bank, things can go wrong. If you don't put it forth into the universe, you surely won't get it back. And for those who have been wanked on all these years, need to forgive. And in order to move forward spiritually, they need to really forgive and forget. Because some of these people have, well, you hurt my feelings. So, did any blood come out? Did you lose an organ? You hurt my feelings. Okay. Feelings mend. It's all up here. Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, they can, but that's if you allow them to. Previous video, allowing things to happen. If you don't allow them to happen, then they can't. If someone shoots you a negative, you don't have to accept it. Somebody sends you a negative email. You could just delete it. You could respond with, I'm sorry you feel this way. Have a nice day. Which changes a really negative into an apology with a have a nice day positive ending. So there is a resolution of sorts with the I'm sorry you feel that way, which would be true, and have a nice day. So answer with a solution and a positive ending rather than screw you, or I'm going to delete your email and send a negative vibe through the air. That asshole, DB. If we reply in different ways to each other, we will respond differently to each other. And what we've been taught about greed is just that. If you've got over $100,000 sitting in an account and you know somebody needs help, I could use some help. I need my teeth at least pulled. And this is not a request for help in this video. I'm going to make another one for that. But this is for somebody you might know. Help them, please. Help them, please. Because it's the right thing to do. That's all. And that keeps Christmas in our hearts every single day of the year. That's why I kind of brought this up. Christmas time is forgiving. Yes, it's forgiving a wonderful gift one time of the year, or maybe 2 or 3, depending. It's all with intent. If you give something to someone and it's with good intent, I love you, here's this present. And I love you back, and here's mine in return. Love is exchanged on this day to a high degree. Oh, thumbs up, cheers. Can you do it tomorrow? Are there people who didn't get anything for Christmas? Like me? I mean, I wasn't expecting nothing. That's not the point. But if you were to say, did everybody get something for Christmas? I didn't. Wait, no, my friend Martha gave me something back a few weeks ago. I'm sorry. I forgot about that, Martha. I'm sorry. But to the point, though, I didn't have gifts being brought in by UPS, or even things that I desperately need, like a spare tire, a cheap one, a $10 tire on the rim, just saying. My needs are like really small compared to like what somebody else might need. The problem is there are folks, and I'm not putting blame, I'm just saying there are people who could help me, who know me. They have helped me in the past. And when I was struggling, last year, damn near lost the property again due to taxes. Now I got some of that fixed, but I still got to pay taxes. I still don't have the money. It's 1/3 less, thank you, Jesus, but I still don't have it. I don't have my teeth pulled yet. And that I can't get any extra work because there's no work out there. So my choices are really slim. And I hate begging. But my point is, there are people who might know my situation and could help or affect, like to get my teeth pulled, at least so to get the infection out of my head and my face, so I don't have that. I mean, that's not like getting a new car. That's getting you, nasty. That's emergency. But with that said, if someone knew that and had the means, which they do, but they won't volunteer, and that's okay. However, now this is for me personally. Because of my teeth, I was hoping I could stretch this out longer, but I can't. It's literally killing me. I'm going to get meningitis in my brain if this thing gets back up there. Not good. So that's an issue. So I'm going to have to beg for money to help me out and see what happens. A GoFundMe thing. But it's not to buy a new car or anything like that. It's to keep me from dying because of infections from these teeth that are broke off. There are other people who need help. There are family members who know they have family members in need and they don't help. That's my point. We as a society should be able to help each other. I mean, emergency situations like my face blowing up this big from, dental infections. Hey, help, please. Please. Pretty please, I'll trade something. But the other side of the coin is that if you can and you don't, that's a sin on your soul, not mine. I'm not asking, I'm not telling you what to do. But you need to reflect, because that's basically, Jesus is really close by, and he's going to come back. And those people who are of greedy heart are not going to go. And I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to, if you hear this, put a burden on you. Because withholding something that you could give is a lower frequency vibration. It's all about vibrations. If you're too worried about yourself, check with everybody else. Me. That's the wrong vibration. And with all of this ascension, higher energy, fourth, fifth dimension, it's all about vibration. It's from FM 101 to FM 101.2. Frequency change. If you're on FM 102, you can't hear FM, whatever I said before, 101. It won't go. So in sharing, and I just use the explanation of half, because it's come up to me so many times with people that I know and family and how I grew up and folks around here. I would give you half if I had it. And I have, and I will again. I got money stashed downstairs because I have to pay my land tax. But I'm hanging on to it because I don't have enough to pay for it. But if somebody came up and needed that money between now and when I got paid at the first or third of the month, I would gladly. If they needed the whole thing, okay, I got spare change around the house. But that's how I am. But I also know that my frequency must be on the correct channel, because I don't want to go through this world again. I really don't. I'm Libra, balance, and from some of the things that I've heard on about zodiac, that if you're halfway around, which Libra is, I believe, that I have the opportunity to be able to get out of the rest of my karma if I can learn enough in this life. I don't have to do the other 6 and complete the circle. I can test out early and graduate. And I'm in the Libra balance now of my life, of my place. And I chose to come back here at this time, at the end of a Virgo situation, which Pops was. And now me in a Libra situation. Which way do I want to go? Well, I actually want to tip this scale. I want the 0 down, and I want the 1 plus up. Thinking in terms of digital 1s and 2s on, I'm sorry, 1s and 0s on for basic code. Now with quantum entanglement, they are finding that the 1s and 0s can actually occupy the same space at the same time. It can be a 1 or a 0. That's interesting. But with that said, I intend in my life, regardless, I'd like to hang around as long as I can. So that's why it's like, my back hurts, but I'm not looking to go get my back operated on. Maybe a brace or something in it. My teeth, on the other hand, they got to come out. It's a health issue. It's like I got cancer of the mouth with my teeth. And so they got to come out. I don't want to die yet from something stupid like not being able to get my teeth pulled. But there are other people out there in the same boat I'm in, and none of us can get help. So, yeah, I'm going around and round and round with this. All right. Yep. Okay. I love you all. Be kind to one another. Merry daggum Christmas. And we're going to have a happy new year. I think we should have a merry new year and a smart new year. 2017 from a standpoint of there's going to be some changes coming, and there's going to be bumpy. There's going to be people throwing stuff at each other. But you know what I say? I say, cheers. One way or another, we'll get through it. I mean, if some of these folks' agendas don't fit mine, or I don't fit into theirs, and one way or the other, I'm not a part of this anymore, well, then I will just be in another dimension, working on whatever I need to do then. But I'm hoping, dear Lord, that I do not come back here. It's time for me to go to another planet and try some organic gardening. That's what I'd really like to do this next time around, and learn about aquatic things more, because I love the water. So I love you all. Anybody out there want to go canoeing? Let me know. Kayaking? Let me know. Anybody want to help out? Let me know. I love you all. Merry Christmas.